is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Does it look a little bit different today? And it probably should, because today we are filming with Insta360. This video is sponsored by Insta360. Insta360 sent me two of their best cameras that they have.
I can feel it. The breeze brings goosebumps to my skin. Tonight the whiskey feels stronger.
Oh my gosh. Check this out.
Gasoline on hidden desires.
It's a magnet.
So I'll throw
the Insta360 Go 2, which is the one that I'm filming on right now, and the Insta360 One X2. Now, today we are putting these two cameras to the paces. We're headed to a practice, and we're exclusively filming with these two cameras. Come on. That I'm super stoked about using these two cameras. This is actually the Insta360 One X2, and the cool thing about this camera is that this camera is a 360-degree camera. So one of the really cool features about a 360-degree camera such as this one is that you don't have to worry about framing, right? Like, even when I was setting this up in my truck, when I was at a stoplight, I was like fidgeting with it, thinking about, am I in frame? Am I in focus? How does it look? With this camera, you literally just set it up, and then in post, you can tell the editing software, which comes on the app, huge bonus, you tell the editing software, hey, this is where I want it to be framed. By the way, this Insta360 Go 2 comes in this really cool case, and if you drop it on the ground like I just did, not only will it charge the actual camera in here, it will protect it when it falls out of your pocket. Oy. Hey, off. Thank you. boy. Well, Mr. Blue did fantastic for his first night back, but didn't run too many. I didn't want to kind of push it. I just wanted to kind of see how he felt and see how he worked. And I wrote pretty good. He wrote pretty good. So it's like just end on a good note and call it a day. It's an absolutely beautiful evening. And man, just what could be better? Roping, new camera gear. I'll tell you what, having this Insta360 go-to in the 1X2, it made filming content for this vlog way easier than any of the other ones. Usually I have to like set something up, hit record, walk away. Sometimes the app doesn't work with the, the action camera. And so you're like, well, I hope I got it. I hope it works. I hope I'm in frame. And this one really was just like super easy. Like that's what you want in a camera. You want ease of use and you want to make sure that you got the shot. Hey, chill, bro. Got some goats over the hill over there, but like I was saying, in an action camera, or really any camera in general, but especially an action camera, you want to know that when you hit record that you're going to get the shot. There's been times with just kind of normal cameras and some action cameras where I may be talking to the camera and something happened over there and I can't turn the camera fast enough to catch whatever it is. With an action camera, you always have it, and with the software that's built into the camera, you can choose where the camera is facing and where is in frame. And so that is huge whenever you're doing stuff like we're doing. So I'm super excited to be working with Insta360 on not only this video, but kind of really every video in the future, because we will be utilizing these a lot more for sure. He's done. He's ready to go home. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We know that the Insta360 cameras work in a team roping scenario, but what happens when we take them and put them with the dressage trainers?
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out, but first we got to get some coffee because the puppy has been keeping us up a little bit. So coffee first, then horses.
Ready?
Yes.
This is the first one.
Mr. Ryder is getting some new shoes since they're going to go to a show next week. He's got to get some pre-show shoes. Feels good, doesn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, how the heck are you? It's a beautiful afternoon here in Texas. And yes, I am drinking hot coffee in the middle of the afternoon. What are you going to do? So I was asked by the team over at Insta360 to do a review of these two cameras, and I've used them for a couple of days now. And yes, this is going to be somewhat of a biased opinion because they did send these to me for free. And so it is a little bit of a biased response, a little bit of a biased review, but honestly, would be my review regardless of if I bought these cameras or if they sent them to me. So number one, these cameras are super easy to use. They're easy to set up out of the box. They're easy to operate. They're easy to edit with in the app and then export onto your phone and then send it to whatever computer or editing software that you're utilizing. So super, super easy. The app is filled with tutorials, filled with ideas, and then the whole editing software within the app is super fantastic. So that is win number one. Number 2, the water resistant quality to these cameras is fantastic. One thing about being around horses and cattle and being in a barn and just everything that goes along with it, you're always going to get your equipment dirty. So being able to hose off these cameras before you stick them in your bag, throw them in the truck, whatever it may be, that's super cool. For me personally, I think that I'm going to utilize the Go-To more than anything else, and the reason for that is it is such a small camera that packs such a huge punch as far as video quality. In that covered arena that we do a lot of roping in, the other action cameras, if you will, have a hard time videoing that kind of low light environment. And so the Go-To really had fantastic video quality in low light, and then just overall the quality was fantastic, and it's packed into this little tiny camera, a camera that I can literally put on the bill of my cap. I don't have a bunch of straps and a big camera kind of mounted up here, which always looks kind of weird, I'm sure, if you're at a roping arena and people are like, what is this dude doing with a, you know, an action camera on his head? So the fact that it is so small and kind of discreet really is going to be a huge win for me. It's something that I'll utilize a lot. And then it also has this cool mode, what's called Pro Video Mode. And what that means is, usually when I shoot action videos, I have it in a 16:9, and then when I go to put it on Instagram in a Reels format, you have to convert it to a 9:16. Now what usually happens is you plug that in, and then you have to scale it within Instagram Reels, and then it kind of looks distorted. It looks a little bit pixelated because it's not in that format. Now, with Pro Video, you can hit record, and you can film it and export it and change it in whatever capacity you like. 16:9, 9:16, you can do it all in the app and then export it to your phone, and you don't really lose any quality that I can tell. Little coffee break. The only other thing that I did notice on these cameras when I was filming is that if you run these cameras in like Texas right now is super hot. We're like 95 degrees right now, and it's going to get even hotter this week. These cameras tend to get really hot. Like I know that there was a couple times when I was roping where I reached up to either start or stop a video, and I thought, holy crap, this thing is really, really hot. Other than that little heat issue, everything was good. But I do think it's important to note that if you're running these cameras for a long time, they will get super hot. So what I try to do is film a little bit and then hit record so that it would stop recording, and kind of let it cool off for a second, even turn it off to kind of save battery. I would also turn these off every once in a while just to kind of let them cool down for a bit, and then once I turned them back on, they were good to go. What might be a disadvantage to the Insta360 Go-To is that the battery life is only about 30 minutes. So what I would do is I would put it on my hat, I would hit record, and then while we had a little bit of downtime, whether it be at the roping or what have you, I would stick it back in the case to let it charge, because it only has about 30 minutes of runtime. And so what I would do is I would just hit record what I wanted to, hit stop, and then stick it back in the case so that it would, you know, charge a little bit before I wanted to go again. Other than that, this camera is like flat out amazing. If you've liked this video, make sure to give it a like, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below. I will put all the links to these cameras and to the Insta360, all their accessories, all their cameras on there. If you want to go buy one, that would be fantastic. It would help out this channel a lot, and we would certainly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.